Hello, welcome to Bible Time. It's Sunday, August 25th, 2024. Today, the message from the pulpit at Southeast Baptist Church in Commerce, Oklahoma, was found in John chapter 10, verse 2 and 3. It says that the shepherd calls his sheep, and they know his voice, and he calls them by name, and the emphasis was on the by name. It's a personal identity. People may remember you by what you've done, or you may remember you by the things you've done wrong, or mistakes that you've made, but God knows you by your name. We have some Old Testament examples of this. God actually changed Abram's name to Abraham, and it had a different meaning than Abram. And it was because of a new relationship to God and a new covenant that he had gotten this new name. And that new identity came with the sign of God's promises for Abraham. Abraham's identity, though, was tied to God's promises to him. And Abraham would be the father of a multitude, father of many nations, actually. And so Abraham had a something very unique about his name, that God had given it to him. And the Bible tells us a few other people have had names that were caught up with a certain identity, but it doesn't say he calls us that identity. It says he calls us by name. In Revelation chapter 2, verse 17, it says that to him who overcomes, he will give him to eat of the hidden manna, and that he would give them a white stone on which a name would be written, that the only one who knows that name is the one who received that stone. And there's some very intricate things tied up with that stone that we don't know all of yet. That white stone would have been like a white stone that an Olympian in that day would have received when they won in an Olympic Games. And that white stone was their pass to be able to get into the after party after the games were over. And so you had to have one of those white stones to get in the door. Does this sound like something? He may be going to give everybody who overcomes through the blood of Jesus a white stone to be able to get into that after party, if you will. But nobody knows the name that's written on it except the one who wrote it and the one it belongs to. And in Revelation 21, verse 27, we find that only those who have their names written in the Lamb's Book of Life will be able to enter into the New Jerusalem, or what we know is going to be heaven. And so it's very important that we have a name, and you need to know that God calls you by that name. He doesn't call you by the things that other people would call you by or remember you by. He just remembers your name. I've heard it said before that if you belong to the devil, you just have to wait around till your number's up. But if you belong to Jesus, he calls you by name. And what's in a name? A lot can be in a person's name. Jesse on Lazy Days Ahead tells us that everybody ought to put a name with their channel name so that he can know their first name to be able to call them. It'd make it much easier. And I keep introducing myself to him, saying, "Hi, I'm Paul," because my name is in the name of my channel. But the name that he's going to call us by, the name written on the stone, doesn't have anything to do with our own identification with the things that we know of, but it will be the identification we have with Jesus. And so my question to you is he going to call your name? Is your name written in the Lamb's Book of Life? Most important decision that you can ever make is to call on one name, the only name that can save you, and that's Jesus. And the Bible tells us that if you'll believe in your heart that God has raised Jesus from the dead, and trust in Him with all that you are, that He will save you. And it says, whoever calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. So call on Him today, trusting fully in Him in faith to save you. Thanks for watching Bible Time with me. I know this has been short, but it's good to be with y'all, and I like putting this out. Appreciate everybody that's watched this today. And while you're watching this, just because I want to know who you are, maybe it's just a username, could you comment down below and just say hi? Appreciate everybody watching, and we will talk to you on the next Bible Time.